welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build video. And today I'm building this canal boathouse in the lovely Brichester from the Sims 4 University Pack. Now, I have finally finished my Love Struck streak I was doing in Saudade Emerald, and now I'm getting on to different types of content. And I've been so excited to build this for one reason alone. It is today, August 12th, 2024, officially 1 year since I started this YouTube channel. And honestly, I just want to say, I am completely surprised I stuck with it. And this is going to probably make it seem like, oh, are you normally a flaky person? I would like to think I'm not, but I have done a variety of adventures throughout my life where I have ended up just quitting after like maybe 6 months, 2 weeks or whatever. I think the biggest one I can think of is that I did do, if anyone remembers, there's this app called Episode, and I used to make stories on it, quite a bit of them. I've looked back on them and I'm like, these are awful, but I used to love making comedy stories on it, and they did quite well. They were like romance comedies and stuff, because my favorite type of story is an episode were always the comedy one. I can't remember the content in them, so I don't think I'm going to state what they were, but I just remember I used to love all of there was this one, I liked the comedy ones and I liked the horror ones, but not the horror ones of like, you know, possessed dolls or anything like that, but like I liked the horror ones of like zombie apocalypses and stuff like that. I was obsessed with honestly so obsessed with. And yes, I loved the romance ones. I loved the fantasy ones a lot, like romance, fantasy, romance, thriller. But I've said it before, in today's content that I read, I love to read stuff that has an like bigger genre and romance as the subgenre. So that didn't even change back then. I used to read a lot of thrillers, a lot of comedies, but there was an underlining of romance within it. And I used to just do episode stories, and I was obsessed. Also, if you can see here, originally I was supposed to have it descend quite like normally into the boathouse itself, but for whatever reason it just wasn't working out. It kept saying it was different levels and stuff. And you know what, I actually kind of like the way I did it in the end. It looks very odd now, and the fact that I stuck with it throughout this entire journey was really, like, you know, brave of me, because I'm not the biggest fan of how it looks until I've put like all of the landscaping on. But anyway, I digress. So I got so obsessed with episodes, then I started writing episode stories, and I just adored them. I loved the genre and everything like that. But then after, you know what, I'll say my episode adventure lasted almost 2 years until I stopped, because they used to do these competitions like, oh, do something fame inspired, crime inspired, and after I did not win one too many of them, I just ended up deciding, no, this is not for me, I don't want to do it anymore, and I quit. And I got so deep because I used to make the episode stories on my PC, because that's how you make episode stories, and it's a lot of coding, so you have to, and I got really into it. Like I look back sometimes in the coding I did, and I'm just looking at myself and like, wow, you really did that thing. Like, you really was smart like that. And I feel, I don't like saying it, but it feels like I was smarter at 15 than I ever was at 22. But I was really like into it, and I used to do it so easy. And I used to do like 10,000 lines of code, just busting that out in 1 week, producing the story, keep going back and forth between my iPad and what's going on the screen and stuff like that. Also, let's just so you know what's going on screen that I am watching it. What I did with the little, basically, I think you saw it start. I had the house at the top and I dragged it down so it could become water level, which was a huge gamble because I didn't even know if it was going to work. But I had it at the top and I dragged it down so it was water level, mainly because that would have made more sense when it came to position it on the water so it actually dips in, because what I didn't want to do was dip out the land and then just have the water like cave into like normal level. I wanted the water to be like submerged so that the canal boat is also submerged, so that meant that I couldn't directly put the thing on top of water because it would have put stilts underneath it. So I did the thing I normally do when I'm making boat such things. Like I made the boat cruise ship and I made the yacht. I put it on a second level and I drag it down. And because I did that, I was able to put the roof trim that we got in Eco Lifestyle at the bottom to just add more dimensions onto the bottom part. And it just looks, it feels like I kind of want to recolor this and just do so much more because I don't know. I realize why I made a canal boat as my first ever video on this channel because they're just so pretty. I'm obsessed. But anyway, I'm going to finish my story about episode. I was obsessed with episode, but then after 2 years, I ended up finishing it. So that was my last like big adventure. I've always done different things like social media, like posted. I used to do very, do you know videos we used to have like early 2020 to like 2022 where it was just like different like cinematography, cinematic shots of ambience, and you used to have the electronic pop music at the background of the stuffed ones that goes dun dun dun. Think of your down your MP3s, think of your one hearts and all of that, and you used to have it to like very cinematic, very beautiful, picturesque scenes or very isolated scenes or even sometimes nominal space. I used to do that a lot, and then again with that adventure I stopped within a year because I didn't see it like working out and functioning for me. So to have done this thing for a year, and I'm not gonna lie, this thing has had a lot of ups and downs. One of the biggest ones that I can think of was at the start, I uploaded this on the 12th of August, but then I didn't upload again until September. So that was like a 3-week difference. And then after that, I started uploading quite a bit, sometimes even twice a day. But then after completely burning myself out with all those apartments I did in November, I was like really on and off. I'll go 2 weeks, 3 weeks and everything like that. And then it wasn't until like April, I started like really going at it properly. I started doing it. I started uploading like every single 3 times a week, which was manageable. I gave myself a schedule and I started telling myself that Monday I do a medium-sized build. So it's not as extravagant as a Friday build, but it's not as minimal as a Wednesday build. Wednesday I do a minimal build, so it's a very small, quick little video. And then Friday I do a massive build, so it's normally like a village or a castle or something crazy like that. So that's when I started thinking about things like that in April. Then obviously I had my holiday to Zimbabwe in June, so I was gone for a month, and then I had my holiday to Malta, and then I was gone for a week. But I feel like from now on until I get a job, this is going to be my schedule of uploading 3 times a week. And then when I get a job, depending on my circumstances, I would probably initially start with 2 times a week and then just go down to once a week, and then maybe push it back to up to 2 times a week. Because if I can get enough money from my job, because originally what I want is that I want my job to be like maintaining me in real life. So that's like insurance, maintaining the food costs and stuff like that. I want my job money to maintain me in real life and also saving up for like a house and different stuff like that, and maybe helping support my parents in any way that I can. But I want any money that I get from YouTube to be entirely focused on improving my channel. So I want to get an actual gaming PC. I want to actually get all the packs that I can get. I want to get, I want to start actually sponsoring different Patreons of the CC creators that I utilize. Like that's what I want the money from YouTube. But since I don't have any external money from a job yet, I use my YouTube money in order to help me in real life. But once I've got a job, I will use all of my YouTube money to help me with the channel, so the channel's ever improve and through viewership and stuff like that. Where was I going with this? But anyway, just to forget about that. But yeah, it's been a year since I will go back down to like one very good video a week if I do get a job, and it depends how demanding my job is. I imagine my job is going to be very demanding, as any job would be, but I imagine it's going to be in a way that I can hopefully manage still uploading videos, because I love playing The Sims. It's just a bonus that I can actually like show it and publish my videos out to you guys. But I do just enjoy playing The Sims. But yeah, it's been a year. It's been a year. I stuck with it. There was ups and downs, but I did it. I spent an entire, and originally I was thinking in my head that I'll do a year and then I'll stop. I love this too much to stop. I enjoy it. I feel like with what little community I've built up, 3,000 is still quite a few amount of people. I remember when I first got to my first subscriber, I forgot who they were. I think it was maybe there's this one subscriber I have. God, I forgot the name, but their profile picture, they have blue hair. It's a sim, and I swear they're a South African simmer. I remember when they first commented on one of my videos, I think it was the diner video, and I was just like, I've got my first ever viewer, my first ever subscriber, and then things started to blow up a little bit. Please, though, please. I for my 1 year, obviously, I've decided to recreate the first ever video I've published, the canal boat. But please don't go to that actual first video because it's horrendous. I watched it the other day to try and get a vibe and a gist of what I was doing with my life. And the way I've styled it, how it was terribly boring. I loved the whole ambient, calm vibe I had at the beginning. That's not the issue. And I was but it was very dark. Everything was extremely dark and it was very boring, and I had title screens, and maybe you like the title screens. I don't like it. I like how everything just kind of seamlessly goes together. I think the style I have now is the style I like. Look how cozy this lighting is. Did you see how I put the night light in? Look how cozy that lighting is. I'm obsessed. But anyway, don't watch that video because it's horrendous. But yeah, since I'm lapping my year on YouTube. Occasionally, I might just start to remake some builds, not entirely all of them, because I feel like they'll be terribly boring. But I feel like as my building style has improved, my editing style has improved, or my consistency has definitely improved, I would like to rebuild some of the builds that I don't feel entirely. This lighting is so nice, but I would like to start to rebuild some of the builds that I had before. And one most notably would be the first ever video I published on this account when I decided to start it, which it's not that I started my Sims journey on the 12th of August, it's that I started my YouTube journey because I had a TikTok account beforehand. But yeah, anyway, that's the video. I hope you like it. I think it is so cute. One of my favorite builds ever. Would I live in canal boats? I don't know, but I have been reading recently this really cute little romantic novel where they traveled across the different towns in the UK, and I've loved it. And this just gives me the vibe of where they probably would have stayed for a second. But yeah, I really love this, and I honestly want to say thank you guys for sticking with me for a year. Every single person that's joined along, and it's been honestly such a fun year. It's given me, it's sad to say, it's given me something to look forward to, something to do, and I'm honestly so grateful to have each and every single one of you. So yeah, thank you. Here's to more years of Emerald Stories. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, but if you don't want to, that's also okay. I appreciate you staying this long and listening to all of my ramblings. Also, don't forget to leave a comment down below. I read all of your comments, the more the merrier, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.